everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, June 5th through Sunday, June 11th, 2017. So we're at the halfway point just about here in our year, another month to go and we're at that halfway point. And so much has been happening the first half of the year, and I have a feeling that there's going to be even more to come, both for us on a personal level as well as a collective level in the second half of the year. So before we get to the weekly angel card reading, I wanted to give you yet another update on my situation, as I still have a lot of you that are messaging and texting and calling me and asking me how I'm doing, and I appreciate that so much. I'm just, again, in such awe and in such a state of gratitude for all of your love and support and assistance in various ways. So I want to extend that first and foremost to all of you. Without you and your help and assistance, without your support and love and prayers, this would have been a lot more challenging for me, and I send all of the love and light and healing energy right back to you. So as far as my situation, I am still in temporary living arrangements with my friend here in the area. She will have family coming in very shortly. So I've got a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks or so, to figure out what my next step is. And I have been asking Spirit and sending out emails and phone calls to try to figure that out. And so right now I think what I am leaning towards is my long-term idea is that I'm going to be moving out of the state eventually. And although it's not 100%, I'm really thinking about moving to the Colorado area. I have a dear friend that lives in the Greeley, Fort Collins, and Loveland area up there in Colorado. So that is a possibility, but again, I feel like it's a long-term possibility. So in the short term, I'm looking for temporary housing situation or place to live, possibly shared housing, maybe even more so a house-sitting arrangement with someone that may be going out of town that needs someone to watch their place while they're gone. And I'm thinking that that will be for the next few months. And then as we move into 2018, I would consider more strongly then making the long distance move. But again, this is all just ideas and inspirations that have come to me and are swimming around in my head. And you know as well as I do that Spirit can redirect us at any moment and the plan can unfold in a different way. But that's just the ideas that I have right now. I do have my crystals all packed and out of the previous place that caught fire, so they're all safely being stored. And so my next step now is to go in and pack anything else that can be salvaged, like dishes, whatever else, my client files. There's not going to be a lot. I'm going to actually probably let go of a great deal regarding furniture and anything that's material. One, because of the smoke damage, but two, because I'm in a 9 personal year. And for those of you that know a little bit about numerology, you know the 9 personal year is all about endings, releasing, clearing, letting go. It's the completion of a cycle, and there's a great purging and clearing that takes place. And I just feel like even if some things can be salvaged, maybe it's time to just release them and let them go and start anew. So that's sort of where I'm at. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for all of the wonderful energy you've been sending forth my way, and sending many blessings of love and light to you. And here is your weekly reading. Namaste.
Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, June 5th through Sunday, June 11th, 2017. So we're into a new month, which means a new energy numerologically. Make sure that you also tune in to the monthly angel card reading for the month of June, which is on my YouTube channel under a Colleen Lemma. You can also view it on angelmessenger.net along with my monthly angelic astrology article. So for this week's weekly reading, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck for the main message for everyone. And as far as your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, we're going to be using the Archangel Oracle deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So let's start by looking at your stones of choice for the week. All right, so your first stone of choice is a beautiful citrine point. And the citrine point is going to relate to the solar plexus chakra. This is our center of self-will, our center of confidence and courage. It's also a stone of prosperity and abundance. It's got a very uplifting, joyful, kind of happy, light energy to it. And so if you're working on solar plexus issues in regards to your sense of power, this might be your stone of choice for the week. Your second stone of choice is labradorite, and I always love labradorite. And the labradorite is a stone that is otherworldly. A lot of times it's got the green or the blue. You can see when I turn it into the light, it's got that reflective quality to it. So it helps you to connect with otherworldly beings and messages of a higher universal nature, but also it's got a grounding effect because it's kind of a gray sort of stone. So it's more earthy as well as high vibrational at the same time. So it's helping to take that higher vibrational energy and bring it down into third dimensional focus and manifestation. So this is again labradorite. Your last stone of choice, this is carnelian. And carnelian relates to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is your chakra of creative self-expression, passion, also sexuality. It's got this really vibrant orange color to it, which kind of, again, highlights healing of an emotional nature, the emotions of the passion and feeling like you want to move forward in life, and that you have like a goal or ambition. I guess that's a good way to say it. This is very kind of passionate, goal-oriented kind of stone here. So again, this is the carnelian. Okay, so you got your choice between the citrine point, the labradorite, and the carnelian. By the way, this is my wonderful friend's office space, who's letting me use her office space periodically on and off, different days, different times, according to her schedule, through at least the next couple of weeks. So if you're looking at the background and thinking it looks a little bit different, that's because my lovely friend here in East Lansing, Michigan, has allowed me to use her space. So let's start by talking about some of the astrology for the week. Now, there's a couple of things happening. They're pretty important. We do have a full moon this week, but we'll get to that in a minute. The first thing we have is on Tuesday, the 6th, we actually have two personal planets moving into different signs. Now, personal planets are planets that move a little bit more quickly, and so they affect us more on a personal level. Whereas those slower moving planets like Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, they're so slow moving, they're more of an energy regarding the collective. And it's not that they don't affect us personally, because they do, but the longer, slower moving planets are about things being set up on a collective level, on a collective spiritual level. Whereas like Venus and Mercury and Mars, they're moving faster, and so they're affecting us and our activities and circumstances and situations on a more personal level. So on Tuesday the 6th, we have two of these personal planets changing signs. And the first one is Venus, the planet of love, relationships, the planet of money and finances. And it's moving from Aries into Taurus. Now, as it's in Aries on the last day, on Monday, it's going to heighten the effects, intensify the effects of Venus in Aries, just to kind of backtrack a bit and talk about that. So Venus is the divine feminine planet, and Aries is like self-confident and self-assured and very courageous and independent. And so she's very strong in that sign. It's not necessarily that she's comfortable in that sign, but she's very strong as far as a divine feminine energy. As she moves into Taurus on Tuesday, Taurus is one of the two signs that Venus naturally rules. So she's really at home here in this sign of Taurus. I didn't write down exactly how long she's going to be there, but probably somewhere 5 or 6 weeks maybe. She'll be in that sign of Taurus, maybe 4 weeks. And Taurus is a sign that is very, well, it's an earth sign, so it's very grounded and practical, but Taurus rules money and finances as well. So here we have Venus, the planet that rules money and finances to some extent, as well as, like I said, relationships and partnerships. But she's going into Taurus, her home ruling sign, which is also about our possessions and our resources, our money, our finances, our values, and things of a practical nature. So that's what's the focus going to be while Venus transits that sign. The other planet on the very same day that's changing signs is Mercury. Mercury is leaving Taurus and it's moving into Gemini. So here we have another planet that's moving into its home sign, because Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. And so again, it's going to be very much at home here. Mercury is the planet of our thoughts, our ideas, how we communicate and how we receive communications. And it's going into Gemini, a mutable air sign. So there's going to be a lot of activity on the mental realm happening, a lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls and texts and emails, a lot of inspirational ideas, a lot of new thoughts that come in. But they're going to be kind of sporadic. Gemini is kind of a sporadic sign, so we might be thinking about one thing and then we're thinking about something else. It's really good for multitasking on a mental level, and maybe even multitasking and carrying that out somewhat on a physical level as well. So again, lots of ideas, lots of communications coming in, lots of messages coming in with Mercury and Gemini. And I believe Mercury is going to be in Gemini for about 3 weeks or so, and it's going to change signs again before the end of June. Then the other day that has a couple of big things happening is Friday the 9th. And on Friday the 9th, first we have a full moon at 18 to 19 degrees of Sagittarius. This happens early in the morning Eastern Time, 9-10 a.m. Eastern Time. So you'll have to adjust according to that, according to your time zone. And the full moon, of course, is, again, an intensification of the energies. As the moon grows and waxes, as we call it, the energy is increasing. The moon energy, the emotional energy is increasing. Now, it's in a fire sign, and fire is about, again, inspiration, creativity, passion. And Sagittarius specifically rules opinions and judgments, but it also rules blessings and opportunities. So either one of these things can be in the process of growing and expanding during that full moon cycle. Now, the full moon, just to add as a little side note here, it's very close to Saturn, because Saturn's around 25 degrees of Sagittarius, and this full moon is about 18 to 19 degrees Sagittarius. So it's close enough to make a difference there with Saturn. Saturn can be a feeling of being limited and restricted, and again, Saturn in Sagittarius can be about our old karmic belief systems that need to be purged, old judgments that kind of come up. So you might find a lot of judgments with people or within organizations that might be happening during the whole transit of Saturn in Sagittarius, but especially with this full moon being in Sagittarius, that might even crop up a little bit more. Saturn also, though, is about bringing things into manifestation and form. And since Sagittarius rules blessings as well, it can also help to manifest blessings. So definitely put your intentions out for this full moon. Really be optimistic and be passionate about what you want. Put that positive emotion towards what you want and intend to bring those blessings into a reality with the help of Saturn. Okay, the other thing happening on Friday the 9th is that Jupiter, planet of, guess what, blessings and expansion and growth and making things bigger, you know, Jupiter makes things bigger, and it's going to direct motion on the 9th, the day of the full moon, at 13 degrees of Libra. Now, of course, Libra is the sign of partnerships, relationships, balance, harmony, equality, fairness, justice. And so all of these things, again, with Jupiter stationing, because it's been retrograde and now it's coming to like a standstill before it turns back to direct motion, whenever a planet stations to either go retrograde or go direct, it's going to heighten and intensify what that planet is all about within the sign that it's in. So again, we're dealing with our belief systems regarding relationships in our lives, regarding are these relationships, whether they be romantic, business, family, relationships between organizations, are these relationships fair and just, and is there a sense of equality and equal give and take here? Because that's what Libra is all about. We want things to be in balance with Libra. So Jupiter is going to expand that whole concept of partnership, of balance, of harmony, of equality, of justice, as it gets ready to turn to direct motion. And again, all of this on the day of the full moon, so it's going to even expand that energy of that full moon even more. Okay, so that's a little bit about what's going on astrologically. Now, let's go ahead and see what our angels and guides have to say for the week. Again, this is from the Angel Tarot deck, and I've already meditated. I've already chosen what normally is 3 cards, but when I chose the 3 cards, this card on the bottom just said, pull me. So I pulled a 4th card from the bottom as well as an additional card or message. So we'll see what that is when we get to it. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the first card is. Okay, so this is actually a positive card normally. This is the 10 of water, and I say normally because I'm already getting information of what this could be about. But the 10 of water, before I show you the card, it says, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Now, the 10, okay, this is a card of fulfillment because the number 10 is the largest numbered card in the tarot deck before we get to the court cards, the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So the 10, no matter what suit it's in, it's about like the ultimate fulfillment of something, you know, the greatest amount of something. And so here we have the 10 of water, which is the emotional realm. Okay, water is about our emotions and our feelings. So there's an upsurge here or an expansion of the emotions. And that makes a lot of sense because, again, we have a full moon this week. Even though the full moon is in a fire sign, it's still a full moon, and the moon rules our emotions and our feelings. And so there's an upsurge, an intensification of our emotions here. Now, it could very well mean what the card says, that our material and emotional needs are being met. But the other thing that popped into my mind when I turned it over was family. And I think it does even mention family. It says a contented and rewarding family. And I just felt like family, and whether this be a biological family or your spiritual family, which can include other loved ones, friends, partners, I feel like there's going to be something regarding the emotions and the feelings within your family system that are really welling up, coming to a head. And so this could either be on the positive side, or maybe because of this full moon and other things happening this week, Chiron, for one, this whole month of June is slowing down to go retrograde at the end of the month. But because it's such a slow-moving planet, we're going to feel that intensification with Chiron, the wounded healer, all month. So I'm feeling like there's things that are brewing, there's things that are expanding, there's things that are growing as far as emotional family situations. And again, this doesn't necessarily mean a negative. And in fact, this card is a very positive card. It means emotional fulfillment. But I feel like we have to look at what the second card is, and the third and the fourth, before we ascertain what exactly this might be about. So let's go ahead and turn over. Let me find a place to set that there. Okay, so let's turn over the next card. Okay, so we have another water card, but this is the 5 of water, and I'm going to read it before showing you the card. It says, things not turning out the way you had hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilt milk. Okay, so the 5 of water, whenever we have the 5 of any suit, it usually means some sort of confusion or maybe chaotic energies. And here again, we have our feelings and our emotions. So we're talking about feelings and emotions of a chaotic nature. And I kind of almost got the sense with that 10 of water that it could possibly be, again, that there's some big emotional situations that are going on within home and family, or those that you care about, those that you feel close to, that there's some big emotional situations that are kind of welling up or coming to a head. And this would suggest, again, some confusion, some chaos, some things not turning out the way that you would like. You know, again, it doesn't mean that it's bad, because everything is happening for a reason. So this, you know, whatever this emotional stuff is all about this week, and with this full moon, again, in Sagittarius, it could deal with, again, opinions, people being overly judgmental or sensitive. Our belief systems are challenged in some way because Jupiter is stationing and getting ready to turn direct. Mercury is going into Gemini, which sometimes they speak before they think things through, so there could be communications happening where we're not being compassionate or thoughtful, and we just kind of, you know, speak out without censoring. And, you know, I think it's good to speak your truth, but sometimes thinking about how it's going to sound when you speak it and making sure that you're choosing your words carefully is indicated. And Mercury and Gemini really wouldn't be the planet or the sign that would really pay attention to that so much. So I'm feeling like there's some emotional things going on. But if you look at this card, 2 of the 5 cups are still standing upright here. There's three cups down here that are broken and turned over, and you know, and that's where things aren't turning out like you had hoped. But there's 2 cups here that are still intact, 2 cups that still are standing upright. So make sure that you're looking for the blessing in whatever situation and circumstance you're looking for. Make sure that you know deep in your heart that there is a blessing behind any situation or circumstance that you're going through. Just like the situation that I'm going through with being displaced from the fire. You know, it is a challenge for me sometimes, but I have to look at what is the blessing in this. Well, it's moving me to expand myself. It's moving me out of my comfort zone, and it's challenging, but it's moving me to consider a better option, a better place, a new place, you know, to live and dwell. So in the long run, it's going to end up being a positive thing, even though it's challenging while I'm going through it. And this is kind of the same message that you all have to pay attention to as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 3rd card. Okay, the 3rd card. This is Major Arcana, number 11, and in this deck it's called the Strength card with Archangel Ariel, and it says, Great Inner Strength. Release harsh judgments. We were just talking about judgments. Forgiveness and compassion. Okay, so this seems like a very clear and straightforward message to me. The Strength card, we have to have strength, confidence, and courage to move through some of these challenging energies. We have to get ready to spread our wings like Archangel Ariel to kind of expand ourselves into a new situation or new circumstance, a better reality for ourselves. And just like it says, don't judge yourselves and don't judge other people or the situation harshly. It's like offer that forgiveness, because if we hold those judgments, if we hold those negative or lower vibrating emotions and feelings, now it doesn't mean don't feel them. I want you to feel them and observe them. We don't want to stuff them or ignore them. But at the same time, don't hang on to them, because hanging on to them is going to bring your energy down. Okay, so cut the cords, like recognize it, see it for what it is. What is this teaching me? What is it showing me? And then cut the cords and let it go. And move into this more expansive, like Archangel Ariel with her wings spread out, this more expansive energy of confidence and strength in moving forward and learning and growing from whatever the situation might be. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what that last card that I just felt needed to come out of the deck is. Okay, so we have another Major Arcana. This is Major Arcana 5, and in the traditional tarot, it's called the Hierophant, but I really like what it is here in the Angel Tarot deck because it's called Unity, and this is with Archangel Sandalphon. And it says traditional viewpoints or methods, which is basically what the Hierophant would be about. And it all goes on to say spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. And so what I feel like from this is, from the previous cards, And it seems like, again, emotions are welling up. There's situations coming to a head with the full moon energy and Jupiter, planet of expansion, moving back to direct motion. I feel like we're needing to connect with people. This could be connecting with organizations, as it says, that can help us in some way through some sort of situation or circumstance. This could be connecting with people of similar belief system or like mind that we can talk to and share our stories with, that will understand where we're coming from and that gives us a sense of being supported. This could be connecting with friends and loved ones who are supportive, who will help you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe the help is emotional support, but maybe the help is physical support of some kind. Maybe through a financial gift, maybe through helping you, maybe through promoting you. It could be a lot of various different ways, but I think that if we come together, again, that word unity, we're coming together with our spiritual family, and our spiritual family could, again, be anyone from a biological family member or a significant other, but it can also include others who we're just acquaintances with, or maybe who we don't even know yet, that are part of our soul group. It's part of our soul family. And I feel like whatever situations and circumstances we're in, whatever redirection and changes are happening, it's redirecting us to find more of our spiritual family and come into more of this sense of, again, unity, supporting one another, helping one another, realizing that you are me and I am you, and we are all one, and we're going through this together. Even people on the other side of the world or in another country, when they're going through a huge thing, a lot of people on other countries or that we don't even know about it, we're so empathic, we're picking up on that energy because, again, our souls are all connected and we're all one and we all need to be there for one another. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what your special message is depending on your stone of choice. So I'm going to shuffle this for a minute, take a deep breath. We're going to call in the archangels, all of the archangels, and ask for whatever messages are in everyone's highest and best interest. So for those of you that chose the citrine, okay, citrine people, let's take a look here and see which one wants to come out for a message. Show me the message. Show me the message. Okay, this one's popping up. Citrine, divine order, Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Well, that certainly, definitely is the case. And again, Jupiter going direct in Libra, and how I said Libra is about justice. Okay, it's about balance and justice and divine truth. This is kind of what Libra is, the scales of justice here. Everything is in order. Everything's happening exactly how it should be. Everything's moving in the divine timing that it should be. So all of you that are going through difficult times or challenging situations of any type, remember that your angels and guides are guiding you. Call upon Archangel Raguel and ask Archangel Raguel to show you, give you some sort of a sign that everything is in divine order, that everything's unfolding as it should. A little, spark of hope or spark of light here, a message, from any of your angels or any of your guides. Ask and they will show you. They might show you through a license plate, a billboard, a song lyric, communication with a stranger. It can come in various ways. But definitely know that everything is happening exactly as it should for you, even in the most trying of circumstances. You are protected and guided always. So just keep that in your mind and in your heart. All right, and then for those of you that chose the Labradorite, okay? Let's see what Labradorite people have. Actually, I already see it's sticking right out right here. Labradorite people, you need to clear your space, okay? This is with Archangel Jophiel. It says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Okay, so, the first thing that comes to mind, and I know it has to be probably because of my situation, but where it says, like, eliminate clutter or clear your space, I think about people packing, because I'm packing. I'm packing up my place so that I can move to a better place. And as I'm packing, I'm also purging because I don't want to take everything with me. I'm in a 9 personal year. It's time to get rid of the old energy. So, the things that are precious to me, my books, my crystals, things like that, I'm going to, of course, pack and keep. But other things that are old energy from long ago, even if I think I need it, I probably really don't. So it's time to really go maybe room by room, maybe go through your closet and get rid of some clothes, maybe go through the junk drawer. Don't feel overwhelmed. Pick a little space and do a decluttering, because as you declutter your physical space, you're going to feel decluttered in your mental and emotional and spiritual space within yourself too. Now, also the feng shui piece, you might want to think about learning a little bit about feng shui. The prosperity and abundance corner is like the far left-hand back corner of where you enter a room. The relationship corner is the far back right-hand corner from where you enter a room. That's one line of thought. You want to make sure those spaces, feng shui-wise, are representing what they're all about, and that they're clean and clear and vibrant and colorful and whatever, again, depending on the corner that it's about, that it represents what that feng shui space is describing. Okay, so also the biggest thing here is about clearing your own energy, pulling cords, asking Archangel Michael to come in and transmute, along with Saint Germain and some of the other ascended masters and archangels. Cleanse and clear and transmute what you no longer need to hang on to. All the cords, all the emotions, the feelings, the belief systems. Clear, clear, clear. So make sure you're doing some sort of spiritual clearing, cleansing for yourself and your own physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the people that chose the carnelian. Okay. Carnelian. Okay, let's focus here. Get in the groove here. Carnelian. Show me carnelian. Okay, this one keeps drawing my attention. It's right here. You know what? Okay, I was going to say 2 are coming out, and I'm not sure about that. Nope, that's just the one. Okay, clairvoyance. This is with Archangel Raziel. I am helping your spiritual sight awaken fully. I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so that you can clearly see heavenly love. So Archangel Raziel is the magical kind of magician archangel. This is what I feel about him. He's like about the law of attraction, how to visualize and manifest, how to transmute old energies and create something new. So he's kind of that magical, almost like Merlin the magician kind of archangel. So he, in this instance, is helping you with clairvoyance, for you to see the bigger picture, see what the next step is, visualize and understand, what your purpose is, what you're supposed to be doing next, what direction, what decision has to be made. So really it's about, this card does tend to be about spiritual sight, clairvoyance, okay, clear seeing. Now, some of you may feel that you don't see, but I bet if you closed your eyes and somebody walked you through a visualization meditation, I bet you could see. I bet you could see the ocean, or you could see the trees of the forest. And so don't discount your own spiritual sight, okay? And pay attention to not just like the visions, but also the colors. And I do want to say the inspirations, because that full moon in Sagittarius is very kind of inspirational, like flashes of insight, okay? So you can get like clairvoyant, but flashes, like, oh, all of a sudden you just for like a split second see something, or see the bigger picture, or see where it is you want to move, or see what kind of job you want, or see money falling from the sky, or whatever it might be. So definitely pay attention to and ask Archangel Raziel and the other archangels and your guides to assist you with opening your third eye, and you can actually tap on it a little bit to open it up. Tap on it, or you can actually use certain crystals and stones like what do I want to say? The dark blue stones, azurite or lapis are two great ones to help to open this third eye of spiritual sight. And here's that blue color right there in the picture too. So that's definitely an indication. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. I want to send all of you much love and light and many angel blessings. Thank you again so much for all of your support and love, and I just appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Namaste to you all, and much love and light until we meet again.